Hey guys, it's Camus. It's Chess Beauty 22. First of all, just a word to all the kind people that left comments and ratings and so on. Do appreciate it. It gives us a small thrill to keep us producing content for you guys that watch this stuff. Anyway, many thanks to everybody who watched, commented, and put any kind of star rating, no matter how low. Okay, so I left you with this position at the end of our last show. And the stipulation is white to play and draw. So take a look at it if you haven't done so beforehand. Okay, so white has a small material advantage in this position, but he's got severe issues with his king, his knight, and his queen at the moment. And realistically, he's not going to win this position, but he can draw it with some concise moves here. And first of all, he has to play queen to f7 to save his queen and also to save his knight, because if the king takes the knight in this position, this is check by the way, then queen to b3 is checkmate. So that doesn't seem to be an effective strategy for black. And so his only other move, other than giving up his queen on c4, is to move to king to b2. And now we have the surprising move. I couldn't find this, but perhaps some of you smarter people did. Rook to g2. Queen to g2. And now queen to f2. Very clever move. Invites queen takes f2 stalemate. So black doesn't want that. He still has dreams of winning this position, so he goes to b3 instead. And now queen takes b6. Now, what does black do in this position? Okay, if he tries to come out into the open air, say either through c4 or a4, he's going to be subject to perpetual check or lose the rook. Here's just a sample variation. Say king to a4, queen to a6, king to b4, queen to d6 check, king to b5, queen to e5 check, king to c6, and queen takes a1. And that doesn't look so good for black. Similarly, if he goes to c4, something similar will happen, but we don't want to bog this down. So instead, after queen to b6, he has to go back to a2. And now there follows queen to e6 check. The knight is lost, but white has some resources here. King takes b1, queen to b3. Only move is queen to b2. And now the key move for the whole position is queen to c4. Okay, basically, if black can unravel his position, white is toast. So white has to be very careful here. One misstep and there's going to be issues. And right away, black is threatening to move his king. Well, if he's given the chance, and that'll be checkmate. But it is white's move. Excuse me, it is black's move. But let's see if he tries the following tries. If he tries a2, then queen to d3 check. Queen to c2 is the only move. Queen c2 checkmate. Okay, so that doesn't look so hot. So after queen to c4, how about queen to f2? And in this case, we get b3, queen to b2. We're back where we started, so we have made no progress. Similarly, after queen to c4, plays queen to b6, then queen to c2 is checkmate. And finally, if queen to h2, after queen to c4, then we get this position again. So, oddly enough, black has no suitable moves in this position. So, the only thing he can try is rook to a2 to hold out any hope. And then there follows queen to b4, because queen takes b4 is stalemate. And if rook to a1, then queen to c4 brings us right back to that position a few moves ago, where black had no suitable moves other than rook to a2. So after queen to b4, black's only reasonable try is king to a1. And then we get queen to c3, because, once again, queen takes c3 is stalemate. So after queen to c3, king to b1 is the only move. And then we get queen to b4, which we've had before. Rook to a1, queen to c4, and we're back to that same key position. Very nice. This is from Gurgenidze. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, from 1972. Okay, so looking ahead at the Steve Farmer portion of our show, we'll, let's see, yes, I'll save that. Yes. Okay, this one is a very interesting puzzle, and the first move is a shocker. I won't tell you any more than that, but it's white to play and win. All right, stick it in the hopper, see what comes out, and we'll see you on the next edition of Chess Beauty. Thank you for watching.